एवरीवन। आज हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास 8th सोशल स्टडीज़ का सिविक्स का चैप्टर नंबर 4 अंडरस्टैंडिंग लॉज। यानी एक क्या कहना चाहिए, अंडरस्टैंडिंग लॉज का अर्थ है कि जो नियम बने हैं, कानून बने हैं, उनको कैसे समझा जाए, कैसे इनकी पालना की जाए और क्यों ज़रूरी है नियमों का पालन करना, कानूनों का पालन करना क्यों ज़रूरी है, और कौन कौन से ऐसे एक्ट है, कौन कौन से ऐसे कानून है जो संविधान द्वारा लागू किए गए हैं, और उसके बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे। स्टेपिंग इन, रीड दिस पैराग्राफ एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो। इन द 14th general election in 2004, the United Progressive Alliance in its common minimum program promised its voters that it would, once it came to power, pass the Right to Information (RTI) bill. Number 2, the RTI Act has come into effect all over India from 13 October 2005. There is a long history of the passage of this bill. Who promised passage of RTI bill in 2014? What is a common minimum program? What is meant by coming to power? When did the RTI bill become an act? इस तरह से इन 6 बिंदुओं पर जो है हम इस चैप्टर में हम चर्चा करेंगे। द नीड फॉर लॉज, हमको कानून की आवश्यकता क्यों हुई। वी हैव सीन इन अर्लियर चैप्टर that society, which has a large number of people of different views, aspiration and resources living together, must have some rules to follow if peace, harmony and progress is to be ensured. That is why in all civilized societies some rules or laws are framed and a system is put in place to ensure enforcement of these laws and to punish those who do not follow these laws. Once the society frames and implements these laws, they should be applicable to all, irrespective of caste, creed, economic or political status. Rule of law. In simplified terms, the rule of law is the principle that no one is above the law. Thus, rule of law is a provision made for both our liberties and order. The rule of law allows us to live with respect, dignity, without fear or insecurity, and make all citizens equal. It enables us to organize our lives, plan our futures, and resolve all disputes in a logical way. Many instances abound in human civilized history where struggles have been launched by people to bring in rule of law. Next page. The most significant implication of the rule of law is the stipulation that governmental authority is exercised legitimately, not arbitrarily. Really, it should be done only in accordance with written, publicly declared laws adopted and enforced in line with established and expected procedures. The principle is meant to be a safeguard against willful and arbitrary governance. Hence, the rule of law does not favor either anarchy or dictatorship, and it cannot exist effectively without a transparent judicial system. Laws, their evolution in India. कानून जिनका हम भारत में प्रारंभ हुआ, लागू हुआ, उसके बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे। In early phases of human civilization, laws were mostly arbitrary and largely unwritten. Local community needs, religious beliefs and customs were the basis on which laws were framed, and these differed for groups within the society. The code for application of law and determination of punishment for similar crime or offense varied from case to case and no uniformity existed in the application of laws. Personal, political, and economic aspects influenced the informance, enforcement of laws, thus rendering them unrealistic and impractical. Moreover, the Indian social order was rife with evil and corrupt practices of caste system, subjugation of women, and economic inequality was at its widest. This prevented the fair adjudication of laws, as in most cases the upper and the influential classes were favored. Women rarely received justice as society looked down upon women and thought them to be inferior to the menfolk. Even the supposedly well administered Mughal regime saw rulers who dictated law as per their personal whims and fancies, and arbitrariness prevailed in the enforcement of laws. The British, during their 200 years long rule in India, framed laws which favored their own political and economic interests. They employed the principle of divide and rule to impose their supremacy over the Indian people. Laws like the Sedition Act in 1870 and the Rollout Act 1919 were enacted, which enabled enabled them to arrest any person and hold him her without trial. Lord Dalhousie came up with the expansionist doctrine of lapse, which allowed the British to occupy and control all such territories that had no natural male heir to the ruler. Even such a basis necessity as salt was taxed. All such laws were repressive and against the will of the Indian people. It were these repressive laws which led the Indians to revolt and struggle for independence, so that they could have laws which were in their interest and not mere tools of exploitation in the hands of the British rulers for the benefit of the British Empire. Gradually, many Indians began joining the legal profession, some of which rose to ranks of judges and began to define the legal rights of the Indian people. Thus, with the rise of Indian nationalism, nationalist leader and legal professionals, the legal system in India evolved and more fair, rational and relevant laws were framed. After independence, the Indian government brought in the Constitution of India, and thereafter the elected representatives of the people in concert with legal professionals and learned citizens began to the producers procedures of enacting laws. They were in accordance with the desire and wishes of the Indian people. In doing so, various cultural, communal, and social aspects were taken into account, so that laws could be made as practical and sensitive to be the people as aspiration as people. The foundation on which the entire legal and judicial system stood was the principle of the rule of law. मेकिंग न्यू लॉज मतलब नए कानून जो है उस वो कैसे बने, कैसे बनाएंगे उनको. लॉज नीड टू बी अपडेटेड, amended and changed with time, and as society and its environment changes, the social order keeps changing constantly with time. For instance, 50 years back there were hardly any cars on Indian roads and no mobile telephony existed. With the development of technology, the roads are choked with traffic and the Indian economy is among the biggest market for mobile phones in the world. In this changes scenario, new laws have to involve to make the usage of road, space and communication system in an optimum and unobstructive manner. Thus, the legal system should be dynamic enough to frame new laws as the environmental and ground situation changes. The Indian Parliament has been sensitive to the people's changing needs and aspiration and has enacted many new laws while amending exciting ones to address the needs of the progressive Indian society. The elected representatives of the people in the parliament deliberate upon various aspects of the society and frame new laws or bring about amendments in existing laws. These are passed by the parliament and brought into effect upon the order of the president. इस तरह से नए कानून बनाने के बारे में संविधान सभा में अनेक निर्णय लिए गए और अब इस चैप्टर को हम यहीं विराम देते हैं। इसका अगला जो हिस्सा है वो हम अगले सप्ताह पढ़ेंगे सेक्शन बी के रूप में या सेकंड पार्ट के रूप में। यहाँ से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे एक ओके। और अब इसका जो है बुक पार्ट जो है जो मैंने तैयार किया है वो आपको इसका बुक पार्ट तो आपको मैं सेंड करूँगी अभी PDF जो आपको इसमें फिल कर लेना है। टिक द राइट द करेक्ट आंसर, फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स, ट्रू फॉल्स, ये सब आपको, और मैच द कॉलम्स। और ये क्वेश्चन आंसर का PDF जो मैं आपको सेंड कर रही हूँ वो आपको नोटबुक में करना है। और NCERT कॉर्नर जो है वह आपका इस जो बचे हुए चैप्टर के साथ वापस इसके क्वेश्चन आंसर मैं आपको सेंड करूँगी, जो आपको सेक्शन बी जो चैप्टर बाकी जो बचा हुआ है उसका ये और ये यहाँ तक जो है उसको पढ़ के मैं आपको इसका NCERT कॉर्नर कंप्लीट करवा दूँगी। इसके चारों क्वेश्चन का PDF मैं आपको अगले सप्ताह सेंड करूँगी। ओके, यहाँ तक इसमें से जो मैंने इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन लिए हैं मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट वो आपको कॉपी में लिखने हैं और लर्न करने हैं। थैंक यू, हैव अ नाइस डे।